How did the Ava Show come to be? Well, I needed a new book to write, and we had a pandemic, and all of a sudden I thought, you know what, I haven't told the story of Ava, who's the sister of Maddie from the Kangaroo Valley book series, How Not to Be Popular. And so I thought, right, Ava, who is this go-get-em kid who just loves to do all the things all the time, I wonder how she would feel stuck at home under lockdown like the rest of us. So we were all feeling kind of frustrated in my family. We all wanted to be out doing things, but we couldn't be. And so just hanging around with Ava as I wrote that story was a really fun thing to do. I think the pandemic was kind of the inspiration for the Ava Show story in some ways. As in, we'd had this pandemic, we'd been in lockdown, and I thought, this is kind of interesting and people are going to remember this. I wonder how it would be to write a story about it. And then I tried to think about the character that I could put into it. And Ava, who's the sister of Maddie from How Not to Be Popular, which is part of the Kangaroo Valley School series, Ava came to mind because she's so in your face. She just loves doing things all the time. She's running half the time. And I thought, how would she cope if she had to be on lockdown and couldn't see her friends and just her normal life was kind of stuck? So I thought pandemic plus Ava. And then, you know, you had to add puppies, right? Because puppies are gorgeous, and why wouldn't you want puppies in a pandemic? And actually lots and lots of people went out and got dogs while they were on lockdown because they thought, now's the time to get a dog. I can look after it and it would be a nice comfort. So I added a dog plus puppies, and that was the inspiration for the Ava Show. What did I hope to achieve through writing the Kangaroo Valley School series? I wanted to tell stories about real people, real girls, and real friendships, and what happens when maybe those friendships don't go as well as we all think they should, because we all have ideas about how we want our friendships to be and how we want to get on with people, but when those don't go right, what are you supposed to do then? So I've always been interested in that topic. I wanted to tell those fun stories. I think I wanted to give girls a friend. So if you're feeling lonely and things are not really good with your friendship group, and you can pick up a book which understands and lets you know that you're not alone, I think I will have achieved what I set out to do. There's something else about the Kangaroo Valley School series which I really love, and that is I was really lazy. I lived in Kangaroo Valley and the school was right next door to my house. And I took my kids there every day, and I knew all the kids who went there because it was a really small school, as small as in the books. And I thought, you know what, this is a perfect place to set a series of stories because everybody knows each other. There's no options for extra friends if your friends don't work out. And plus they do all these cool things. Kangaroo Valley School has some really lovely traditions. So, and I didn't have to do any research. So I just stuck it in the books, and lo and behold, it works. Also, I did get permission. All the teachers in the stories are actually real people, and they did give me permission to write them as they are in the stories. So that was fun. Do I have a favorite character in the Ava Show? Well, obviously I have Ava because she's just good fun. I think though I have a very special bond with the mum in the Ava Show. She's got all these kids at home in the pandemic, and she's trying to do her work, which I was trying to do when my kids were home with the pandemic. And then she's running out of toilet paper and she can't keep enough pasta in the cupboard. So I really did feel sorry for her. We never ran out of toilet paper, thank goodness. And Ava's mum nearly runs out of toilet paper and things nearly go to chaos. But they didn't. So I do feel sorry for her, and I love her very much. And I think also she's a good mum because she does listen to her kids and she does try to give some really good advice. So she's probably my favourite character. Also, I do love Chloe the Dachshund in the Ava Show. She is a cute little dog. I had a Dachshund when I was about 8 or 10. And honestly, it was the smartest dog ever. It's a little boy, no puppies, but he was smart and he was spunky and he was really, really good fun to play with. So I thought, you know what, I want to put a dog in this book, and I'm going to have a Dachshund because it's my book and I can pick the kind of dog that I want. Well, I did not grow up in Australia, even though I sound kind of Australian. I grew up overseas in a country called Pakistan, and I went to boarding school in mountains which are higher than Mount Kosciuszko. And we had to have a 3-month holiday over the winter because it snowed too much and you literally couldn't get in the doors of the buildings. What else? I got into writing, well, I knew that I wanted to get into writing when I was 8 years old, and I won a story competition for kids, not just who are 8, but kids all the way up to year 6. I think I was in grade 3 at the time. And so I won this competition. I thought, oh, I could be a writer. And of course, I'm like the kid who went on a play date and stopped playing because I was reading all the books in the bookshelf that I hadn't read before. So I was that boring kid who just wanted to read all the time. So I think I probably always knew that I was going to be a writer as well. I hope you really love the Ava Show. I hope she gives you good memories of the pandemic, not bad ones. And I hope you think that Ava is as cool as I think she is.